at amimaging.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. From the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout. With TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Honor.
Happy 6 months of TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. My name is Des Moines Adams, also known as DeMo. We have Ashton Honor in the house, also known as Ash. We got Austin, who I would say is like our DJ. And so, you know, like
Austin's our guy.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones playing the hits, though. Come on.
Yeah, but you have taken care of us. And tonight, the theme is about reflection. You know, in January, we were so focused.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2025, we didn't really stop to smell the roses. And so, Ash, I appreciate you for just reminding us that, you know, tonight, let's reflect. Let's smell the roses. Let's, you know, help everyone understand where we've been, what we've covered before moving forward. And so I like the layout.
So huge shout out though to the 93.7 The Ticket fam for allowing us to be a part of this incredible team, this family. It's been a wild 6 months. Like I feel like in October is when we knew we were going to have our own show in like September. Yeah. And so that we were trying to hype it up, and then it came in October, and now it's like, it's one of my favorite parts of the week.
Yes. And for those of you that live in Lincoln, you know, of course, 93.7 The Ticket is right here on the corner. You know, it flashes the pictures and stuff. So how cool is it to see the TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash? Like, I feel like every time our picture comes up, we're like in New York City.
I was just going to say, it feels like we're in a big city. So shout out to DP and Rebecca. I mean, this is their vision come to life. And it's just so cool to be part of, to be a team with the other key players, like your former teammates.
Yeah.
AD, Foreman, all of those guys, Adam Carricker. Yes. So it's cool to be a part of this.
And Adam, we still need to have you on the show. Amon, we need to have you on the show. VJ, and of course, DP, we need to have you on the show. Like, you brought us in, you transitioned us, you included us on your show, but we got to have DP on the show as well, because for him to not just talk the talk, but he walks it every week as a TeamMates mentor.
He does. And I'm so excited for today's show about reflection, because to your point, like, we're grinders. Like we hit the ground running. We don't really stop to celebrate. And like you said, smell the roses. Like we're grinding on to the next thing. Like, yay, good job. Let's go. Like we got to keep moving. And that's who we are as an organization. But what I am so excited about tonight's show is we're going to talk about reflecting on all of the different themes and topics that we had, as well as a number of the guests and some of their one-liners or key highlights that they said and some of our key takeaways from those. So I'm just excited to talk about all of the awesome people we've had on the show and then just kind of reminiscing about that. And then again, we're going to reflect today, but then next week we're back to the grind.
We are. And, one of the reasons why I feel like we're in this grind set, you like that, don't you?
I do.
Grind set is because we still have students that want to mentor.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Right here in Lincoln, Nebraska, we have at least 500 students on the waiting list. Program wide, we're at a little bit over 1,000. And so I'm pretty sure in every community, we're in over 200 communities. We're in 187 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
The chapters represent the school district. I guarantee if you were to learn more about how you can get involved as a Teammates mentor in your chapter, there are students, not singular, but plural, that want to be a part of this team.
It was cool. Last week, I got invited to be on a podcast called the Common Folk Podcast, run by one of our friends at News Channel Nebraska, Andy Clausen, and then Ben and Morgan Evers. And I got to talk teammates with them for like an hour. And one of the questions that they asked was, tell us about the need or like how many people are on the waiting list and just how we have such a great need right now for those mentors and those kids. All those kids want is another trusting, caring, reliable adult in their life.
Yes.
And we want to talk about, which we'll cover in one of our themes from the past, is giving the gift of your time. It's so easy.
Because one of the stats that you brought back from the National Mentor Summit in DC that you went to was 1/3 of our American youth lack a positive role model in their life. 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
So if we bring that to Lincoln, if we bring that to Bridgeport, if we take that to Rapid City or Sioux Falls, like in every community, 1/3 of our youth lack a positive role model in their life. I mean, that's
like a slap you in the face kind of stat.
And then when they don't have a positive role model in their life, then guess how they're going to be influenced by this thing right here? Because everything that they see, read, and hear, what they see is who they will be. So I'm excited to just reflect. And where should we start?
Let's dive in with our first show, which was about the Teammates story and the mission with none other than our co-founder's daughter, Suzanne Osborne Hintz. So let's tell that Teammates story. Let's say we have a new listener who's just popping in today and they hear us talking about Teammates. And they're like, well, what is Teammates? How did it start? What is it?
Well, started almost 34 years ago. We'll be celebrating 34 years next month. Co-founders, Nancy and Tom Osborne, with just 22 middle school students right here in Lincoln Public Schools. And since its inception, we have served almost 50,000 students. For about maybe 13, 14 years, Nancy and Tom's daughter, Suzanne Osborne Hintz, served as CEO for Teammates Mentoring. And in that role, she really took Teammates to the next level. Mm-hmm. That's when Teammates spread it across the state. We started in Iowa. And then she hired me almost 14 years ago. I started off as the post-secondary coordinator. My job was to expand Teammates beyond high school. Now we mentor college students, and that was all due to Suzanne's vision.
Awesome.
And then here I am today. I would not be in this role if it wasn't for Suzanne seeing something that we train our mentors to see, that we train humans to look in other human beings' potential. And so she saw my potential, and here I am. I'm trying to do everything I can to be a good steward. And so, of course, ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
We had a meeting.
We did.
And, I'm trying to learn how we can market Teammates. And, you were doing such a good job. I just had to pause and say, hey, what will it take to get you to Teammates Mentoring? But going back to Suzanne and just who she is, we just celebrated her 20th work anniversary a couple weeks ago.
And that was such a cool celebration to be a part of. Coach was there, and the Osborne family is one of the most humble families you're ever going to meet. And, they don't want the accolades. They don't want, the big hype or those big celebrations. But to your point, it was so important for us to stop and smell the roses for Suzanne, because this organization, to your point, we are not where we are today without her.
Yes. And Suzanne herself, she's a grinder. She doesn't think, she doesn't smell the roses, but yet that was important for a lot of our staff, because the majority of our staff, I would say there's only maybe 3 or 4 of us who have been a part or were hired by Suzanne. So for everyone to really understand the context and how important Suzanne's role is in the organization, and we're very grateful that she is helping her parents' legacy. And it's all a team. We're all a part of this incredible team. And she spent a lot of time talking about how the mission came about.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we think about our mission, which is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring, she was a part of helping that vision come to light. She was a part of this organization's core values.
Mm-hmm.
She, with the help of Dr. Ho, performed TeamMates' first strategic plan.
Okay.
And that gave us the core values of commitment to students, safety, integrity and trust, and inclusion.
And strengths-based.
So I added strengths-based.
You did. Oh.
I know. There is a Gallup book out there. It's called Break All of the Rules. And so, one of the things about that book is it talks about change and embracing change. And so we always talk about we're a strengths-based organization. And I just felt that it was fitting for our staff, for our mentors, for our mentees, for the world to know, like, this is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
But Suzanne was responsible for our core values, because with the help of Dr. Ho, who facilitated that strategic plan, it's because of her we have those core values.
Kind of now steering into episode 2 with one of your former coaches, Coach Ron Brown, which I still to this day, that was one of my favorite shows. And the theme for his show was vision and hope. One of my favorite lines and it was toward the end of the show that he was talking about, is how hunger is your passion. Hunger fuels that passion and your drive and your determination for what you do every day. Like, after he was in the show, I mean, if that man doesn't make you want to run through a wall, like, I don't know who does.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure he would not get mad at me for saying this, but Coach Brown is in his 70s.
I would have never guessed.
And he's still coaching. He's still working out. His passion, his fire for our young people, and making sure that our young people have this sense of hope. And hope is something that we use, not lightly, but based on Gallup, I mean, hope is the greatest indicator of success. And then as staff, when we stay hopeful, when we train our mentors to be hopeful about a positive future, that's the hope that helps us to recruit more mentors. That's the hope that keeps our mentors committed to meeting with their student once a week. And honestly, I blame it on Coach Brown because he distracted us for us staying hungry, because we have students on this waiting list, Ash. It's been 6 months, and I feel like I've been a little bit too nice to the people that are listening. I'm going to keep calling people out and up, because we have a waiting list. And so we have every right to be hungry. Mm-hmm. We have every right to help people to understand the need. And the need is we need more adults to step up and volunteer and give their time.
One of my favorite stats that we have from the 2023-2004 school year was that 92% of TeamMates mentors leave their mentoring time in a better mood than when they arrived. And you and I both can speak to this because we are mentors ourselves. Like, it is also the highlight of my week. I put my mentoring time on Tuesdays, and then we have TeamMates Timeout. So Tuesdays are always guaranteed to be a great day.
And that data, just so that everyone can go to our website, teammates.org, this annual report right here, which was put together by our team, but it was led by the efforts of Ash right here. You can find this on our Teammates website, and you'll be able to see all of the data, the stats, and just the impact that we're making. Students' testimonials, donor testimonials, mentor testimonials. And so impact, is it fair to say that data helps show impact?
Absolutely, it does. Especially some of my other favorite stats. It has to do with our mentees and showing an improvement in grades, fewer unexcused absences, they're more engaged in school and their community, and fewer disciplinary referrals. So this program, like it should be in every school in Nebraska.
And how many schools are in Nebraska? Because we're only in 151 schools. And I know we've been talking about this because
Yes.
there's still so much more that we can do. So many more students, so many more communities. About how many more schools?
There's about, for example, at the Nebraska School Activities Association, they have 309 member schools who participate to be a member of that association. So we have some work to do.
Okay. So teammates, we're in 5 states. We're in 151 school districts in Nebraska, 7 school districts in South Dakota, 26 in Iowa, 15 in Kansas, and 4 in Wyoming.
Mhm.
But there's still so much more that we can do in our current states. And there's still so much more that we can do in our current communities. And going back to those stats that you mentioned, attendance, grades, and behavior,
Yes.
one of the ways that the impact works is when students have a teammate.
Mm-hmm.
And that transitions to when we had the show with one of my former teammates, Jay Foreman, and one of your former teammates. And when I say teammate, like as athletes, right?
Actual teammates.
Yes, yes,
on
yes.
the sports playing field.
Yes. But there's a correlation because a teammate has to work together to achieve a common goal.
Yes.
And so it was nice for, Jay to talk about what a teammate looks like. It was nice to have
Sadie.
Yes.
It was fun having Sadie on as my teammate. We played basketball together in college, and she grew up. We have similar backgrounds in regards to grew up coaches' kids. Her her dad was an administrator as well, athletic director. So she was similar background, born and raised in that type of environment. And so I always say like coaches' kids are built differently just because like you learn at a very young age how to face and overcome adversity. You just learn different life lessons at an extremely young age. Like my dad started coaching baseball at Nebraska Wesleyan University when I was 5 years old. And so to be a part of that and have all those older brothers every year and just the things that you learn from them and watch them. So again, to our point of the importance of teammates in the teammates mentoring program, like those little eyes are watching you.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to have Sadie and Jay on just to talk about our experiences as teammates, because as you and Jay have experienced, and I mean, you guys won national championships. Sadie and I played at D3 and we did not win national championships, but still to the point of the importance of there are now lifelong teammates. Like I know I can call Sadie up. That's what I did with the show. I'm like, hey, Sadie, I'm like, I need you to come on the show and talk about being a teammate. She's like, just tell me what day and time. Like, I'll be there. And that was something that Jay also brought up. Like when you called him and he's like, just tell me the time. So that's cool to me that you as teammates, you guys go through so many different like experiences together, not only on the field or the playing court, but also in the game of life.
And that's what our teammates, mentors, and mentees go through, especially when they are matched in elementary. And that is one of our biggest needs right now. We have so many 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders that would love to have a mentor, but we don't have enough mentors. And for them to be matched with a mentor, once you are matched with a young person, the goal is for you to stay matched up with them the rest of the year, the next year, through elementary, middle school, high school. And it's like this journey. It's like this story. There are changes. There may be some ups and downs, but along the way, you form this relationship. And with the relationship, there's a sense of trust. And over 90% of our mentees report that they trust their mentor, and then they know that their mentor cares about them.
Now, you brought up that mentors and mentees are matched or paired together? How do we do that? Tell the listeners how those matches come to fruition.
So mentors have to complete an application. Our students, with the help of their parent or their guardian, has to complete an application. And there is a space where mentors and those students can put their interests, activities, maybe favorite movies, games, we ask mentors what they're looking for out of the mentor relationship. We ask the mentees what they're looking for out of the mentor relationship. And then we pair based on those common interests, sometimes common backgrounds. Those matches are never perfect, but yet we don't just match up warm body to warm body. We match up male to male, female to female, and we look at those applications. So for me, all of my mentees have been young men that like sports.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one way that we relate, one way that we connect. And we don't necessarily talk about schooling unless they bring it up, because we're not a prescriptive program. We're more of a developmental program, and we let our mentees lead our conversations. And so once a mentor and a mentee is matched, the goal is for them to be teammates on this journey, not just when they graduate from high school, but if that student pursues some form of post-secondary education and you can still have that relationship, you can still mentor them even while they're pursuing their post-secondary education. I have a mentee that is a junior in UNL, and we've been matched up since middle school. So we're talking over 10 years.
Yeah. That kind of leads us into what our next show was with our awesome staff member, Tori Pedersen, and talking about strengths-based. I always say Tori is our Gallup strengths guru. And so as managers, we do continuing education with Tori, talking about strengths, not only as you as a manager, but also you as your team. And I tell her this every time, like I leave those conversations like so fulfilled. And I'm like, Tori, I don't know what it is. I don't know how you do this, but it's just like I leave in a better mood from our meetings and I'm just more motivated. And it continues that drive and that passion for that purpose of what we do. We're here for the kids. So that's one thing I constantly remind myself, like why I'm here. If you're having a frustrating day, like we're doing it for the kids. Like we're here for the kids and providing them with those mentors and opportunities. But talk about the importance how important Gallup strengths is to teammates mentoring.
Well, it goes back when Coach Osborne was in graduate school with the founder of Gallup, Dr. Don Clifton. And this sense of positive psychology, resonated with Coach. He took it to his football team. They won national championships. He embedded it and incorporated it within teammates mentoring. And I mean, what a great way to train mentors to focus on what's right about students instead of what's wrong with them, what their strengths are instead of what their weaknesses are. In life, unfortunately, sometimes we are conditioned to focus on our inabilities or our disabilities instead of our abilities. And so for young people to have a mentor to focus on their strengths, that leads to hope, engagement, and well-being. And so strengths base has helped us as an organization. 87% of our staff are engaged, which means that we love what we do. We're connected to the mission. We like each other.
We do.
Higher than the national average of, I think, less than 50% of employees are engaged in the workplace. And then Tori, who is our training and engagement coordinator, she does a great job with our managers, helping them not to be bosses, but to be coaches.
Right.
Because as a manager, it's our job to develop the people that we are reminding them of why we're here. And it's about the kids. And so here's the ripple effect, Ash, because this stat is not in this. 98% of our chapters feel supported by our teammates' office.
98%.
98% reported that they like us. That they like us. And I did find out who that one person was.
Oh, geez.
And, she was just happy because, she wanted me at an event and I couldn't make it or whatnot. So, we actually made up. And so I say, well, I wish you could go back in the survey. So technically it's 100%. But because she was upset, they brought us down to 98%. But the strengths base is important because that is near and dear to what Coach believes. And I believe that is why Teammates Mentoring has been around for 34 years. And that's why we have served almost 50,000 students.
Oof. We're not done. We're not done reflecting. We're coming back. You stay right here. Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join 93.7 The Ticket this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Pinnacle Bank Arena for the NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament. Starting Wednesday at 9 a.m., we'll be at PBA bringing you play-by-play coverage of every single game. That's right. All 24 games played at Pinnacle Bank Arena this week will be heard right here on 93.7 The Ticket. From Class A to Class D2 action, 93.7 The Ticket is your home for the 2025 Girls State Basketball Tournament, and it all starts this Wednesday at 9 a.m. We'll see you there. Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of rain. It will be windy. See an afternoon high around 58. Tonight, a chance of rain and snow to be windy with blizzard conditions possible. Low around 25. And tomorrow, with some mainly sunny skies, it will be windy with blowing snow. A high around 39. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Juice Stop in Lincoln reminds you many of our troops have been away from home for a long time. Let's make their lives a little easier with packages from home. If you're not sure what to send, visit sendacarepacagetoday.com for more information. Let's all show our troops just how much we care. This message is from Juice Stop in Lincoln. That's Juice Stop in Lincoln, helping to give our troops the comforts of home that they so richly deserve. Remember, take the time, visit sendacarepacagetoday.com. sendacarepacagetoday.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 9th, enjoy USDA Choice whole boneless ribeye loins for $13.99 per pound, cut and wrapped for free. All natural bone and thick cut pork chops, $1.99 per pound. All natural hand cut loin back pork ribs, $3.99 per pound. And carbless canned cocktails, $7.99 each when you buy two. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday this year, but St. Patrick's Eve is on a Sunday, and you won't want to miss that party at Matson's Bowling and Billiards. Families are welcome to join in on the Olympics and win great prizes, or just come down to have one of Sarah's favorites, corned beef and cabbage, or one of Brady's favorites, bangers and mash. Plus, great music all afternoon from Crosby, Stills, Bangers and Mash. That's St. Patrick's Eve on Sunday, March 16th at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're still live with Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. We're just taking the time to smell the roses. We're taking the time out ourselves, and we're reflecting. Just thinking 2 months ago, January was National Mentoring Month, where we were celebrating the power of relationships, raising awareness around the importance of mentoring, but then also expanding the mentoring movement. And then February was Nebraska Mentoring Month, and just really recognizing all of the communities and school districts that we serve, from large to small. Shout out to Andrew Carlson coming from Battle Creek and talking about, some of our small but mighty chapters. Andrew is not only the head coach for the Battle Creek football team
and the boys track team.
He's also a referee, but most important, and this is what impressed me the most, he takes the time to mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have so many young men that want to mentor, but we don't have enough men. And I really appreciate him for calling out the men to step up, because if
calling out or calling up, DeMo.
Mic drop, Austin.
Hey, did you just call me out or did you just call me up?
I called you up to your standard, DeMo. You can do it.
Okay. All right. So Andrew was calling men up because even as a father, mentoring as a reminder does not interfere with family time, because it's throughout the day. It's once a week.
And that is because we're a school-based mentoring program.
School-based mentoring program.
And the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation.
That is correct. And Andrew, we appreciate what you're doing. And to the men that are listening, what really makes you, I feel, somewhat strong is what you do with that muscle. And Aaron Davis reminded us that leadership is like a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more you use it, the bigger it gets, the better it gets. And the muscle makes that impact. And so for the strong men that are watching and listening, what really demonstrates your leadership is what you do with your leadership. And so what stuck out to you when Aaron Davis was here?
So one of the things that I love that Aaron said is leadership is like a muscle. Give more to others than yourself. And that goes back to the whole teammates mindset. And, it's we over me.
Yeah.
We over me. And there is no I in team, because you cannot function as a collaborative group as individuals. Like, it's not going to work. The formula for success will not work.
And for anyone that joins the team, when you become a mentor, you become a part of a family. You become a part of a successful team, a team that has been sustainable, a team that we feel like works because it's the teamwork that works. And so going to the formula of success, we did a show all about the pyramid.
Well, we tied in a bit of the two with Duke head women's basketball coach's formula for success, which was standards plus discipline plus accountability equals success. And then to build off of that, we talked about Coach John Wooden's pyramid for success and how that ties so closely into who we are as a teammates mentoring organization.
Going back to the word accountability, that's a word that not a lot of people like.
Yeah.
But I think that is why no students over the last 34 years have been harmed by an adult, because we meet at the schools, and there have been so many people that have tried to get us to, to move away from what we know works. If we see that mentors aren't showing up, we call them.
Mm-hmm.
We call them up, Austin, and we say, hey, where are you? Are you still interested? This young man or this young lady, they have been looking forward. And so we do a great job with not only training our mentors, but making sure that our matches are meeting, because that commitment to students, we don't want another adult coming in and going out of their life.
Leading in, that's a perfect segue into one of our other, that is one of our core values, commitment to students. And one of my favorite shows was with Renee Saunders, who's the head volleyball coach at Omaha Scott Catholic High School. And I had her on the show right after state volleyball concluded. And if people remember, Scott was going for their 10th championship in a row. Norris got them in the finals. So that was very unfortunate. But just Renee and who she is as a leader. And it was absolutely like, I've known her a long time. So it was fun for me just to see, like, coaches are wired differently. And we say that about being athletes, but those coaches, like, it's a whole different ballgame. And their commitment to their students, not only are they educators, like educators, obviously that's one of their number one and important jobs, but also that coach. They are that trusting, reliable adult in those students' lives. Because we talk about all the time how a mentor is a coach. And so listening to Renee, who's one of the most successful volleyball coaches in the state of high school volleyball coaches in the state of Nebraska, and just all the knowledge that she was dropping, and just to have her here, and it just, she's such a humble human. And so for her to come in like literally 3 days after they lost the state final, and she's just like, just another game, we're going to move on, we're going to get better. And that just speaks to her character. And that should make those parents and guardians in the Omaha Catholic system like so privileged to have her in their school system, just in what she's teaching those young people. And that was the same with Coach John Larson and Coach Paul Smith, who are two of my former basketball coaches who I got to have on. And that just filled my cup having them on, because similar to Renee, some of the most humble people and most successful coaches you're ever going to meet in this state. And so if we have people like that who are they've made teaching and coaching their life's work. And that is the ultimate commitment to students.
Yeah. And to this day, I still call Coach Osborne coach, because, coaches, they sometimes play a very instrumental role, sometimes as equal, if not more, than parents. There are certain things that I may try to tell my kids, but their teammates mentor, they may tell them. I'm like, I've been telling you this like your whole life, but it's something about those adults. And so when we hear it takes a village to raise a child,
that's no joke.
I think Michonne Morrow, who oversees the Lincoln Police Department, reminded us of that. And she dropped the gem on us.
Yes. Why don't you tell everybody what that one was?
She helped us understand the difference between a handout and a hand up. A handout versus a hand up. And when you take the time to reflect and remember where you come from and the people that actually gave you a hand, I love how she really let the world know that it's not only her personal responsibility as chief, but it's her social responsibility to pay it forward and give back with her time. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that she is a teammates mentor when she has so many responsibilities to serve this community in a different way, but then to serve this community with her time.
Talk about the ultimate servant leader, the police chief.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just
the importance of like civic engagement, but also she said this more eloquently than I'm about to say, but just how important it is for her police officers. Again, they want to be, they're good people, and they need kids to see that. And so what better way than to have them in the schools, school-based mentoring, and having them be another trusting and reliable adult, not only in the community, but also to those children.
It's just humbling, when I feel people can find it in their heart to give back. And when we have leaders that allow their employees,
Yes.
to give back, leaders like one of our board members, Kevin Clark, who oversees acres across his whole state, and for him to say, I am giving all of you extra time once a week to give back, is humbling because we are stewards of this organization that Nancy and Tom started. And to be able to really think about the 9,000 plus adults that are mentoring, I mean, it's just humbling. So that's why I kind of got stuck when you asked me that question, because all I could think of are these hundreds of police officers that are given the green light to use their role to be a positive role model in a different way.
And use their platform, which that was just our conversation last week with Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Rogers.
Yes.
It's just incredible, and how she champions her police officers to go out into the community and perform that civic engagement.
Yes. And the majority of our mentors are the community.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to one of our original mentees, who is also a mentor, thanks to being on the show, Eddie Brown.
Yes.
He was one of those 22 middle school Lincoln Public School students. And for him to reach his full potential and the things that he's doing in this community, like, he is the community. So, like, what better way to inspire, lift, empower your community than to get into your community, get involved, and just kudos to what he's doing, for him to advocate. I feel like he works for TeamMates.
Yeah.
Because chapters have the opportunity to request him to go out and talk about the TeamMate story, because it's the story that we're helping people to understand. That's another way that we show impact.
And the ripple effect is it's a common term that we always talk about, the ripple effect. And how the mentees start becoming the mentors. And that, I think, is the ultimate success in our eyes as an organization, is when we have students a part of that program who then, because they have personally experienced it themselves, it creates that hunger and that passion in them to give back to their communities.
And that's one of the reasons why we decided to call this show Teammates Timeout. Because when we all take a step back and think about how we got to where we are today, who was that that influential person in our life? What better way to thank them? Mm-hmm. You may not be able to pay them back, but you can pay it forward by giving your time, and that time becomes a gift to a young person.
Also, because we had some of our corporate partner leaders on board of directors, the gift of their resources as well. We are a nonprofit organization.
Yes. Right now we have 18 incredible board members. And I always like to say, it's nice when you have a board that has doers, donors, and door openers. Mm-hmm. Kevin Clark is one of them. We have Lisa Smith. We have Tom Smith. We have David Graff. We have so many board members that I think people can resonate here in the community. Also, Doug Glazer in Omaha. Mm-hmm. We have JC Joyce that represents the state of South Dakota. Again, you can get access to our annual report by going to teammates.org. And then while you're on our website, go ahead and click that button, become a mentor. But we are sustainable because people have invested not only their time, but their money. Mm-hmm. And as a nonprofit, we have to be able to help cover the cost of background checks, the cost per match, because all of our students, we have this responsibility of a liability. But because we are focused, we're school-based, and there's so many organizations that do great things, but our cost per match is the lowest in the nation. Mm-hmm. And so when donors can see where their dollars go, they trust us. And I think it's the trust that has helped us to just be this sustainable organization.
And I'm going to go back to when we talked about TeamMates is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation. We are the largest second largest mentoring program in the nation, right behind Big Brothers and Big Sisters. In the state of Nebraska alone, we work in collaboration with other mentoring groups and do recruitment events with them.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit. P4K, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, 100 Black Men, and Mentor Nebraska.
Yeah, shout out to Mentor Nebraska, Melissa Mayo, who's going to be on the show here in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Her leadership, making sure that all of the Nebraska mentoring organizations continue to operate under the national elements of effective practice, which you got a chance to learn, because it's all about the kids. And when it comes to serving kids, there must be standards in place. And so kudos to the partnerships, and because we're just only one organization, and it's going to take a collective team effort in order for us to serve the amount of students. We're talking 1/3 of our young people lack a positive role model.
Very. Speaking of role models, let's transition into having Miss Nebraska Rachel Warren on the show. How fun was that?
You know, she's been incredible to choose TeamMates Mentoring as one of her platforms to complement her platform by going out across the state to get her students excited, our mentors in the community. I mean, she brings the pride, the purpose, and the partnership to the whole state of Nebraska. And so kudos to everything that she has done for TeamMates Mentoring, what she represents. It's not even about her.
No, we couldn't ask for a better partnership than with Rachel. One of the things that highlights that she said that has stuck with me, and it was from one of her mentors that she told us one of the biggest lessons that she learned from one of her mentors. And that was when she was in that, this was back in her time with the Miss Nebraska or the Miss America program. And that was be flexible and be gracious. Be flexible and be gracious. So it was cool to learn from her. Obviously, we all have our own role models, our own mentors, but to see her carry on that mission and that legacy has been, again, to my point, we couldn't ask for a better partner in Rachel.
Because we all have a platform, and it's what we do with our platform that makes a difference. Are we focused on me, or are we focused on we? And so we have a we over me attitude, and we love to partner with others. And all of our guests, we appreciate their gift of time for helping us to get to where we are. 6 months, Ash.
Can you believe it?
6 months, and we're not even done. We're just getting started because we're back to work, because we have this grind set. Man, I should trademark that.
You probably
grind set. Hey, you're alive with TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. We got one more segment, so don't go anywhere.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off on Piedmontese brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, and at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall. And in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss 2 huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Juice Stop in Lincoln reminds you many of our troops have been away from home for a long time. Let's make their lives a little easier with packages from home. If you're not sure what to send, visit sendacarepacagetoday.com for more information. Let's all show our troops just how much we care. This message is from Juice Stop in Lincoln. That's Juice Stop in Lincoln, helping to give our troops the comforts of home that they so richly deserve. Remember, take the time, visit sendacarepacagetoday.com. sendacarepacagetoday.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. Tonight's theme is reflection. And so DeMo and I have been reflecting on these last 6 months, which is hard to believe, with our 93.7 The Ticket family and all of the guests and the different topics that we've talked about. Before we went into break, we talked about the importance of partnerships. And one of those we were talking about was with Miss Nebraska, Rachel Warren. But I want to transition that into our school district partnerships. And when we had Lincoln Public Schools interim superintendent, Dr. John Skretta, on to talk about the Teammates Mentoring Program, because the Lincoln chapter is one of our most successful chapters that we have.
And it's the largest chapter. They're serving almost 1,400 students. And like I say, there are at least 500 students that are on the waiting list, and they want a mentor. They don't need a mentor. Mentees are not required to be a part of Teammates. And that's the one thing that I want all of the adults who are currently not on our team yet to know, that when you are matched with a young person, they want a teammate.
Yes.
And so Dr. Skretta, he emphasized just how Teammates Mentoring really embodies everything that educators are trying to do. And we complement each other. School districts trust us.
Yes.
And they've trusted us for the last 34 years. And I think that integrity and trust, core value, speaks a lot, because they don't just let anyone in the school.
One of the things that Dr. Skretta said that I really liked was this program selflessly supports young people. Like we say, our mission, like our purpose, what we do is for the kids. So it's cool to see what Dr. Skretta and Jim Bennett at the Lincoln chapter are doing, because they have created such a successful model for what a Teammates chapter should embody.
And everything that we're trying to do is all about the kids. And just, as we, I guess, get ready to get our grind set back on, reflecting, Other partnerships that has helped us to really put a focus on kids, Link to Literacy when it comes to closing that reading literacy gap, providing book ownership to our students across the state of Nebraska, the partnership that we have with all of the ESUs across the state, helping provide additional training, ongoing training to our program coordinators, our mentors on topics to keep them engaged because the mentee in elementary may be a different mentee in middle school,
right,
and will be a different mentee in high school. And so helping mentors to navigate the changes that young people go through to keep them encouraged. Because one day your student is going to be in middle school and they're not going to be, too excited to see you when you walk in.
I know, that's why I'm kind of trying to capitalize on my mentee in her last year in elementary school. But like I said, watching her growth the last 2 years that we have been paired together, and from when we first started to where she's at now, it's night and day difference.
Yeah.
To the points of the stats that we dropped in regards to improvement in grades, fewer unexcused absences, being more engaged in her school, fewer disciplinary referrals. Like, that is the epitome of my mentee and the progress that she has made. Like, I am so incredibly proud, but I do feel like, I'm like, we're heading into middle school next year, and those are the scary years. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to, continue on with my mentee and keep working on what we talk about every week. We are big into setting goals and what she's doing, and not only in the classroom, but in her activities as well, which a year ago we weren't having those conversations because we were still building and establishing that trust. But let me tell you, folks, once you have that trust established, like, it just flies. The time flies every week. And again, those kids just want somebody to listen to them.
Yes.
So half the time you'll spend more time listening than talking. And that's what those kids need.
Yeah. They just want someone to care about them. 95% of our mentees report that they are proud to be in TeamMates, Ash. Proud. 95%. And just think, the 500 that are right here in Lincoln, the 1,000 across the program, would love to give them that same sense of pride. But we can't. But we need you. We need more mentors. And so I'm going to say what you normally say, Ash. You know the drill. Go to teammates.org, click that button, become a mentor. But also there's another button if you don't have the time right now. You probably have a credit card. Click that donate, because our mission is to impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Happy 6 months.
And
but
shout out to all of our chapters who are playing in the
for your purpose, my favorite color. All right. Have a good night.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday this year, but St. Patrick's Eve is on a Sunday, and you won't want to miss that party at Matson's Bowling and Billiards. Families are welcome to join in on the Olympics and win great prizes, or just come down to have one of Sarah's favorites, corned beef and cabbage, or one of Brady's favorites, bangers and mash. Plus, great music all afternoon from Crosby, Stills, Bangers and Mash. That's St. Patrick's Eve on Sunday, March 16th at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Alexa, play